I, Senator Helms, call this congressional hearing on the funding of the National Endowment of the Arts to order. Today we will be hearing from commentator Robert Samuelson and the publisher of the New Criterion, Samuel Lippman. Mr. Samuelson, what do you have to say on this matter?
Thank you, Senator Helms, for hearing me today. I propose that the National Endowment of the Arts shouldn't even exist in the first place. The government should not be subsidizing artists, and the market should dictate what art flourishes and what art gathers dust. Let Mr. Serrano use his own money to make these images that he calls art, and find a gallery to show them in. Let the people decide whether they want to see these images and use their dollars as votes to let such art continue. The government should not be using public funds for things that not all taxpayers support.
So, Mr. Samuelson, do you propose the people of Christian nation are smart enough to decide for themselves what kind of art their money should support?
Yes, you are correct, Senator Slade Gorton. Furthermore, I think that the government subsidies only benefit the rich. For example, the PBS show NewsHour. It's a superb program, but what public purpose does it serve? Can anyone claim that there isn't enough news? My guess is that its audience consists heavily of news junkies who read newspapers and magazines and watch CNN. The program doesn't inform the uninformed, but better informs the well-informed. The programs that are funded by U.S. taxpayers should be accessible and enjoyable to all taxpayers. Art galleries are generally in the more affluent areas of town and cater to the more highbrow members of the surrounding communities. Is this fair to the taxpayers that don't attend these events and places? I don't believe so, and as such, the fair market should dictate what art gets made.
Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Samuelson. Now, I believe that this country has a set of values that we as a society should try to uphold. Am I right? As such, you think that these highbrow members of society might be able to band together and force their immorality onto the likes of us? That they might be able to needle homosexuality and non-traditional families into the mainstream, making such alternative lifestyles acceptable?
Senator Holmes, if I may. This is a Christian nation with a majority of our citizens following the Christian faith. I agree with Mr. Samuelson that in that we should not be funding these arts, but I believe such for a very different reason. We should not be using public funds to promote such religious bigotry as Mr. Serrano disgraced. To quote Patrick Buchanan, America's adult culture are more and more openly anti-Christian, anti-American, nihilistic. We should not be funding such self-destruction.
Thank you, Senator Gorton, for your testimony. This nation was founded by Christians, and we do have an overarching Christian value system. What our taxes fund should not be an attack on that value system, but we should embrace and support what we as a society believe in. We also have testimony to hear from Mr. Lippman. Mr. Lippman, what do you have to say on this matter?
Thank you, Senator Helms and Senator Gorton, for having me here today. As the publisher of the New Criterion, a leading magazine of art criticism, I have seen the devaluing and debasing of art as we know it today. I'm not in agreement with Mr. Samuelson. I believe that the government should be funding art. However, we should be supporting a real academy, one that represents the institutionalization of tradition. Art is being destroyed by attempts at expanding it to appeal to the masses. The culture that has been produced since the 1960s is the consequence of the gathering tendency to see the arts as entertainment and artists as entertainers. Great art is a heritage of everyone, but the public must be up to the challenge of this art. And you, senators, have the ability to put people up to that challenge.
How are you defining great art, Mr. Lippman? Is it what we see in the Louvre and such religious works of Michelangelo's David?
Precisely. The NEA has made an unwise expansion to reach an unsophisticated mass public. The endowment should be preserving the integrity of great art. The NEA has grown more concerned with politically calculated goals of social policy than with the arts it was created to support. To accomplish goals of social intervention and change, the endowment serves audiences rather than art. vocal constituencies rather than individually motivated artistic impulses. We should be concentrating on championing the great art of the past.
Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Lippman. I believe that is all the time we have for today. Tomorrow we shall hear testimony in support of the NEA and the art it has produced in recent years. Again, I would like to thank everyone for their time and thoughts here today.
Let me talk to him.